The first of the 7 pillars, which is absolutely essential because it all begins with pillar number 1, which is occurrence reporting, or the unexpected event reporting process that one has to have in place in any organization that's committed to becoming highly reliable or very committed to patient safety. Following the reporting of an unexpected event, one of the first assessments that we will do is whether or not there's been any patient harm. The more serious the patient harm is, the more urgent we need to be to understand what happened, to also reach out to patients and families as well as the care professionals. Almost immediately after beginning the investigation, we also want to link into that very early effective communication to patients and families, which we have labeled as pillar number 3. There will be some circumstances, unfortunately, where during our investigation, we come to a consensus that our care was inappropriate. And when that happens, pillar number 4 kicks in, which is the commitment to provide a full disclosure of the events that occurred to the patients and their family members, which will include the facts of what had occurred, but also an apology for the fact that we have determined our care was inappropriate and that inappropriate care, those mistakes that we made, actually caused the patient harm. Pillar number 5 is an integral part of the 7 pillars and is necessary for moving forward because it's the process or performance improvement pillar. It's the commitment by the organization to learn as much from patients and families about these events and to get their input on how might we redesign our systems, how might we learn from these events to make sure that we're improving the quality of our care. There also needs to be a data analysis that follows all of this sort of activity within the organization. And that's where we come to pillar number 6, which is the data analysis. It's the how do we look and make sure that we're capturing the harm events that we need to be capturing? How do we know what the impact has been in this process for improving patient safety, improving quality, and reducing harm? In order to be successful and to sustain the 7 pillars, you really do need the 7th pillar, which is the educational component. It's the commitment on the part of the organization to make sure that everybody throughout the organization understands that this is going to be the way we respond to these kinds of events in our organization. It's to make sure we've educated the most senior person in the executive suite as well as the most senior physician who may be in the organization, all the way down to the patient transporter. And sometimes they can be the greatest source of helping us understand how we can get better. So that entire group, top to bottom and sideways, needs to be part of the educational process.